All right, man. Turkey Talk, you know what it is, man. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Hope everybody's good. All right, so today's episode, what would have happened if Drake would have won the lawsuit? You know what I'm saying? Or he would have won the case and they went forward. What would have happened? We're going to talk about today. So before we get into that legendary spill, this is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know the final ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is on the screen, Cash App. No more PayPal. Call me the Hidden Gem. 13 subscribers, over 19,000. King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours. October 26th, there will be a battle rap event on this page live. All you have to do is click the video at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5:30. So grab a popcorn, watch this battle. So I'm the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from, all that good stuff. So let's get to it. 25,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a nice size cash prize. So make sure you're here for that. All right, man. So let's get it, man. This should be a goodie.
I feel that now. I mean, on another note, Drake, he says he's going to appeal his case now.
Yeah.
I saw you hit him with the wanted visual.
Yeah.
Talk to me about all of this right here, man. I want the whole background of it all, Glasses, because see, I ain't had a chance to talk to you
Sure,
since everything
I
that
know.
popped off, okay?
Yeah.
So when Kendrick comes out here with a damn smash hits
Sure.
and goes crazy on him, and then the thing runs for about 2 years straight,
Yeah.
what are people on the West Coast thinking about that whole beef when they were going back and forth with that? Take me there first, and then we're going to work our way up to the lawsuit.
So, all right, before we even go, I think we have reached a point that a lot of this stuff, in my opinion, we're just coming from Drake is just acceptable. I think for a long time, we've been just accepting things from Drake. I think now that Kendrick has basically put him in his place, people are not accepting everything from him. This is why you see a lot of his music not really charting like that no more, because people just not accepting the things in his way he went about, or the way he went about music. I think that, of course, Drake is still he's a major force in the music industry, but people got to understand his dominance is falling fast. You know what I'm saying? But I know how the sentiment on the West Coast was. I mean, come on, bro. We all know. It was the same on the East Coast.
So that's my friend. That's a personal friend.
Okay.
We just wanted him to get it done. We wanted him to win.
Yeah.
We wanted him to do a great job of winning this battle and making us look great, and he exceeded all our expectations.
Facts.
We all agree with that.
Yeah.
All of us agree with that. Gave us an anchor, so
Yeah.
we'll never forget that moment, the biggest rap battle in history.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree that Kendrick Lamar has cemented himself in so many different ways for the argument of greatest rapper of all time, greatest hip hop artist of all time. I think a lot of people can try and argue, but there is an argument. For me, there's no argument. He is. But for most people that want to argue that he's not, yeah, people can make a very strong case why he is on all levels. All levels. I've never seen nothing like it.
Here's this smash hit record
Facts.
that's going to play for the rest of our life. We're going to always remember that day when culturally, you won in our honor and your name is there.
Facts.
Like, we love you for that. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Even after that, it was like, what he did for hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop to me was like in a weird space. Like the same thing that happened to rock and roll was happening to hip hop. You had this guy coming out. He could talk like he's from the streets of Atlanta. He could talk like he's from the streets of New York.
Facts.
He could talk like he's from the Chicago streets or the streets of the West Coast, the Bay Area, LA. And we was like, okay, we like the song. These are really good records. We with you. And then it went from just being this really fantastic record maker to being like, wait a minute, like, is he starting to believe this shit he talking about? Like, you know, he talking about getting people hurt and
Oh man.
Yeah, obviously he's talking about Drake right here, I believe. That's the thing. We're dealing with someone who came into the culture of hip hop with a certain let's say a certain idea of what we are and who and how we move, and he actually changed in the process of doing all of this, and we seen it in real time. Now he went from this suburban kid to him being a super thug. Like, think about it. Just think about the transition. It's insane.
I mean, and it made sense for the suits to empower him because obviously mainstream America looked like, hey, we like this guy. He looks pretty familiar. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to talk like us. You know, he was a Jewish man that could call somebody a nigga. Man, bro, this is perfect. So I feel
that's I to be fair, I understand what Glasses is saying, but we usually don't do that. We usually don't use people's white side if they're black. Because I remember growing up, the whole conversation was, if your father or your mother's black, then you're black. Now people are looking at it differently now. Now people are looking at it like, nah, you mixed. I personally believe that Drake is black. I think he's black. He's a black Jewish man. It's the best way I could put it. He's a black Jewish man.
Like when Kendrick fought for that, you know what I'm saying? And he gave hip hop more time to be with his originators.
Okay.
Than rock and roll might have gotten.
Yeah.
Than country may have gotten.
Yeah.
More than jazz may have gotten.
Yeah.
Like he stood up and won a fight that was so much more important than, you know, some country or land. He fought something that was for every ghetto in America and made sure the suits knew, like, yeah, you might not be able to pass that off no more. Now you got somebody just popping up here and saying nigga, and we look like, who is this nigga? You know what I mean? You got somebody here talking street, like, what streets is he from?
Yeah.
Where you know, our antennas is up and we really are like mindful. Like even right now, a lot of other hip hop artists, you know, not like they're like it's questions. You know, there's some hey, what's going on? What's up with, you know, we in tuned.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's absolutely right about that. I do believe that we are in tune more now than we was before. I think that's the reason why that is because we were so used to dealing with rappers like Drake and people who Drake surrounded himself with. The little Durks, the little Young Thugs, the Uzi Verts, all of these dudes who, in my opinion, isn't let's say isn't core hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They're outside of the core hip hop, and I think core hip hop is what was needed at the time that's going on right now.
For a while, we was rocked to sleep. We were so spoiled by hip hop. We had it for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful in how important that was. Like he brought hip hop more life. Now it's up to us to mash it back into mainstream, you know, to overtake country again. It's up to us to figure out what is that going to look like. Yeah. But at least we have the opportunity. Some kid from St. Louis from the ghetto, some kid from Atlanta in the ghetto, some kid will still have a chance to represent something. It's not, you know, it didn't turn to Elvis. Now we look up and it's nothing but Metallica's and Aerosmith.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's country that's running the music industry. Country has always been in a great space when it comes to the music industry. Country music, since its inception, has always been in a great space. It's just what it is. People like their country music, just like we like our hip hop music. This is in country. Some country people like hip hop. Like hip hop is a genre that cross all genres. But the thing about country music is usually about family, and I would say country music I know people might disagree with this, but country music, well, no, it's not really. I was gonna say something, but no. I think that country music is just different from typical hip hop. But I don't think country is running music. I think it's even though pop isn't a genre, I think the popular artists are putting up the numbers. I don't think Taylor Swift is country. She's not country, right? I don't believe she is.
Yeah,
There's still a chance here. Yeah.
Okay, when Drake came with the lawsuit, though, man, what were your thoughts about that?
On Q. I've been saying it. I've been saying this since 2018, 19. I'm like, man, this brother's not hip hop. He's a fantastic rapper.
Yeah.
Makes a fantastic record.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic MC. But he also can do everything. The motherfucker sing just good enough to make a great record. Motherfucking MC his ass off to make a great rap record. Motherfucker make Afro beats. Motherfucker make a reggae tone. This motherfucker is the real deal. You know what I mean? He's a true record maker.
Yeah.
He just happened to not be this.
Ooh.
This is a very exclusive thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes it special. So when he filed the lawsuit, like I wasn't.
I understand that, and I agree, but 99% of people, or even hip hop historians, totally disagree with our take when it comes to Drake being hip hop. I've seen hip hop historians say, "Nah, he's hip hop." I seen it, like totally. And he actually had an argument with someone where he broke it down why he wasn't. I don't know who that person was, who he had the debate with. I don't know if it was a debate, but he did in one episode, he actually did break it down. I did an episode about it a long time ago.
Surprised one bit. This is a Jewish man that's upset, felt like the label helped an artist defame his character. And you know, here's more proof that that's not necessarily, he's not of said culture when it comes to this.
Okay.
You know, one of the biggest things about street life or street urban culture is accountability. You know, same reason we don't want you telling the police on somebody else on to avoid accountability for your crime. Same respect we don't have for you if you don't raise your kids.
Yeah.
We just gonna look at.
I think that that has changed now. I have to disagree with that. I understand the for some people they still live by that code, but I'm telling you, when it comes to the whole thing with Young Thug and 6ix9ine and what's his name, Gunna and all this, I think the only one that accepted accountability was 6ix9ine. He's the only one. So, and I'll talk about that another time. I'm just saying. So I think that that's the case of accountability now when it comes to hip hop, or let's just say street urban culture. I think street urban culture has morphed into something else, and a good portion of people, they don't follow those same rules no more.
You like a good boy, and if we know we gonna have that on you. We gonna make sure you know that you a piece of shit. So, in his situation, I think this was true. Like, this right up his alley. Like, oh yeah, I didn't like that. I'm gonna go into court. You know, there's a subpoena for you guys. You know what I mean? And shout out to Judge Vargas, who made sure, you know, that's the John Brown of hip hop. You know what I mean? She stood up and was like, wait a minute, come on, man. You told this man you liked him young. You said you mentioned you like him young, and he says that now you want to. So shout out to Judge Vargas, you know what I mean, for being mindful to notice that and throwing out that.
That's true. She pointed it out. Yo, you said this, bro. Like, you did say that. Like, I think a lot of artists, well, I think a lot of artists, well, let's just say a lot of people say that Judge Vargas is this, but I think if it was any other judge, it probably would have been the same. I don't think that they would have been like so in tune with it, but they would have had to listen to it, because you got to understand, she had to make a decision. Same way all these other judges would have to make it. They would have to listen to the verses. They would have to listen to the songs and in its entire context. They would have to break it down. They would have to listen to, what does this mean? They would have to look up stuff. That's what they would have to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just exclusively to her, but shout out to her though, man.
Case.
Did you think that, this case could have upset the whole industry, though, at a time, though? Because folks were screaming Ricos, they were screaming bot streams and everything else. How did you feel about that?
I mean, for me, I just felt like the labels fucked up. They empower somebody through a culture or through a genre of music that they know didn't fit.
Yeah.
And they felt like, okay, it was going to be okay because they was able to do it with Elvis.
Yeah.
They was able to do it with different people who are not of said walk of life. And not that man ain't a black man. That man is the son of...
I don't know about that one. It's not that they would be able to do it with Elvis. Elvis' story is totally different. I know a lot about Elvis. It's not like, let's be clear here. Did Elvis rip off some things? Yes. But does Elvis have hundreds of albums where they're not songs that are not being ripped off? Yes. Was Elvis popular off of a certain sound? Yes. But you do have to take in consideration that Elvis was making music, different type of music, gospel music. He was doing all types of stuff. Also too, I believe Elvis, I believe it was Vegas where he stayed in Vegas. He died in Vegas. I believe it was Vegas, or wherever he was at. He never left there. So he was, I don't gonna say it was naive, but it was just, it's not as, I think a lot of people give Elvis so much flack. It's so many lies told about Elvis. It's insane, bro. It's insane, the lies that people tell about Elvis. And then when you show them the proof that he didn't say that or whatever, then people be like, oh, so what? He still was a racist. Be like, really? Like, I just showed you, like people didn't know he was friends with Muhammad Ali. He was friends with what's the other black guy name? I can't remember his name right now. Sammy Davis Jr. You didn't know he was friends with these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the name did say something about him. Ray Charles said something about him in an interview. And he was like, let's just say Ray Charles wasn't too fond of Elvis. You know what I'm saying? But he said something about him. But Elvis has a lot of albums, trust me. And when people say stuff about him, I kind of like, I got to always look at that because they have a different view of him, but they don't really take the time to actually look. And I did, and I was wrong. Trust me.
Of a black man, I'm saying culturally, he just wasn't raised in that type of culture. Yeah. So for him, it's like, it's all true to form. Mm-hmm. And I was concerned because it's like, wait a minute, if he passed this, who's can the ADL come back and sue Ice Cube? Yeah. Can Ja Rule come back and sue 50 Cent? Can Tuka's mom, who's been hurting us, can she sue the label?
Everybody.
You know what I mean? That's been using this boy name. You know what I mean? Like, it got to be a space for us in street urban lifestyle and that cultural experience to express ourselves. Yeah. Hip hop gave us something that was uncensored. We can give you our CNN. Mm-hmm. We could give you rap music is the ghetto CNN, is what Chuck D said. Thanks. We could give you our perspective. That's what made this art form so brilliant. Like, this is what's happening in our little niche parts of every city or in a state. Mm-hmm. And when you have somebody,
that's a very good point. We just said hip hop is our CNN. That's a very good point. I think that when you're dealing with somebody like Drake and he's saying, like, as far as him taking this to the courts, he could have destroyed the fabric of what the music industry stood for, not just hip hop, because there's other artists. Even if you just allude to them feeling like you said something about them, they will say, well, I believe he's talking about me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy how we hate the music industry, and don't get me wrong, for good reason. The music industry was fighting to keep free speech. But you do understand that the music industry, if Drake would have won, the music industry would have had more power. It would have had more power. Because the music industry now can tell you exactly what to rap about, what to sing about. So when people say, well, I think that you got to hate the music industry. I get it, but you have to give them props for going against their number one artist to stop him from censorship, because that's basically what it would have been. Hey, it is what it is.
Representing that, and then now it's like, okay, now you have to be okay with losing the fight.
Yeah.
Right? You competed at a high level. You were fantastic as an MC in it, right? Drake was fantastic.
Yeah.
But you lost to somebody that was more culturally prepared and lyrically, present for the moment, because it wasn't just as simple as, like, battles aren't simple as who lyrically is better. It can be tactics.
Ooh.
I mean, if you seen the movie, I'm sure you saw the movie 8 Mile.
Yeah.
It's tactics. Oh, let me diss myself.
Exactly. You can't diss me, yeah.
So in this situation, like...
Nah, I don't know about that. Nah, he smoked them. He smoked them. I get the tactic part. Eminem did that. But he smoked them. It wasn't his raps were just better. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you saying that the tactic part, I get it. But he smoked them. He smoked them, even though I know this really ain't got to do with the argument. I just had to say that.
I just was saying to somebody, the real moment that I saw my partner really go to work is when I watched Drake and then prepare this whole thing about this music video for Family Matters. They buy this lookalike van and they got all this stuff. They shoot this nice video and they like, this is the red button, and they pressing on the red button. This is it. And then in 30 minutes, here is another song that just quashes your greatest effort. Ooh. You know what I mean? Which is Meet the Grams, and it knocks the wind out of you. And it's like, fuck, this motherfucker. I had him looking at the label like, y'all told him my song was coming out. He just was over. So I feel like it was a lot of great tactical moments that he wasn't prepared for. So I was concerned. Like,
and I agree. That part I agree. But to be honest with y'all, most people had the narrative that Kendrick could never drop something fast. They was counting the days. Fat Joe said, oh, Kendrick Lamar, he ain't got nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Everybody was saying this. So when he says that, yeah, this is what it was, I totally believe that he's not lying about that. He's telling the truth. But it wasn't just Drake. It was everybody. That's why it was so shocking, because we was like, damn, he dropped a joint 30 minutes later. Yeah, everybody was shocked by that.
I just wasn't quite sure how this was going to play out. Something inside of me said, look, common sense says, you can't sue anybody over art. This is part of art, listening to the music. But, this is America, man, and they will let you get away with some dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where that mighty dollar's coming from, too, as well.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of people was like, oh, well, UMG didn't win anything. Like, you guys made UMG protect us.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch? You know what I mean? That, like...
But see, that's my point. You gotta give UMG some credit, because if you're saying that UMG protected us, then how you not giving them no credit? You gotta say, hey, I don't like UMG, but they did have to stand for hip hop at this point. I know a lot of y'all hate to hear it. I know y'all it's like a nail across a chalkboard. Y'all don't want to hear it, but it is what it is.
These people have been criticized for extorting us the whole time, and you made them have to stand up for an artist's art. Like, why would you be the person to try to sue a record label over some artist's art? Yeah, you know better, and that's why I say it's a disconnect. So, but if he wins that case, everything is threw off. Like it probably was the end of hip hop.
Yeah. I don't know if it would have been the end of hip hop, but I think that it would have been a controlled substance. Let's just say that. Man, oh man, oh man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to see. But tell me what y'all think about that, man. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all think that hip hop would have been finished You know what I'm saying? If Drake would have won, or y'all think that is a good thing? Y'all agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one.